Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing this very easy everyday makeup look. This has been my go-to for this hot, humid weather. Super easy, very soft and natural, but long wearing, and also all the products I used today for this look you can easily find at your local drugstore. So if you guys want to see how I created this look, then definitely keep on watching. Let's get right into it. Alright, so I already applied all of my skincare this morning. I've got my SPF on. So for primer today, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Cosmetics Power Grip Primer. This is fantastic. I absolutely recommend this if you have dry skin. If you love a gripping primer, this is an awesome dupe for the one from Milk Makeup. And honestly, this is way better than the one from Milk Makeup. I'm going to do 2 full pumps. I know that seems like a lot. That's what it looks like. It's a very thick gel consistency. I like to apply this fairly quick and make sure to rub this in. I notice a huge difference when I use this primer. It actually does work. It smooths the skin. It adds a little bit of hydration. It has a little bit of a tacky feel. So when you go over top with your foundation or tinted moisturizer, it really just grabs onto your makeup and makes it last all day. So for this look, I love using a tinted moisturizer. This is my absolute favorite. I am going to include some Colourpop products because I consider them to be like a drugstore, brand. But I absolutely love the Pretty Fresh hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer. I have the shade Fair 1N, and this is amazing. I love the pump. I love the finish. It's basically a lighter coverage version of the Pretty Fresh foundation, which I love as well. So I'm going to do about 2 pumps on the back of my hand. And what I love about this product is that it's long wearing, and combined with this e.l.f. primer, I feel like it holds up so well. I wore this yesterday and it was almost 100 degrees. You guys, we had a heat advisory. I was in and out all day, going outside, coming inside, and this it's beautiful. And I don't know about you guys, but I definitely love wearing more lighter makeup in the summertime. I really just don't want to feel a lot of heavy products on my skin, and this is the perfect product for that. So I'm just taking a damp beauty sponge. I'm not applying a ton of pressure because I really want to try to get the most coverage. So for concealer today, I'm using the one from Milani. This is a Conceal and Perfect. I have the shade 105. I love this concealer because it's definitely long wearing. It holds up pretty well throughout the day, and it has great coverage. I love this particular shade. I feel like it kind of color corrects. I feel like they have kind of changed this formula a little bit. It's definitely a bit more matte than I remember back in the day. So just be warned if you have very dry skin. I'm gonna wipe away the concealer on my eyelid, and we're gonna prime the eyes in my favorite drugstore eyeshadow primer, the one and only Milani eyeshadow primer. This one is fantastic. This is in the shade Nude. I think it only comes in one shade. All you need is a pea-sized amount, about that much, and then I like to rub it between my fingers and then just tap onto the lid, making sure to cover the entire eyelid surface. This is going to prevent your eyeshadow from creasing throughout the day. It's going to really lock onto whatever you're using, whether it's cream, powder. I always prime my eyelids. Even if it's just like a nude eyeshadow, I feel like it helps cover up the veins, discoloration. And I hate the look of like concealer on the lid and then it just creases throughout the day and it looks really goopy in my crease. I hate that. All right, our lids are primed. I'm gonna go back through with my sponge, make sure there's no creasing underneath my eyes, and we're gonna set this. And once again, Colourpop, they did release this year, the Pretty Fresh pressed powder. I have the shade Fair 1. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of powder right where I get that crease and a little bit on the lid as well. Alright, so moving on to bronzer, blush, highlighter, all my favorite face products. I'm going to be using the Putty products because these are a cream to powder, super long wearing. Let me tell you what, these hold up and stay all day. So if you're looking for some really great long wearing bronzer and blushes. Definitely check these out from e.l.f. They're so good. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in the shade Honey Drip. And this is my favorite of the light bronzers. I do have the other shade, but this one I think just works a little bit better for me. I'm actually going to take this e.l.f. Brow Lift Applicator tool and just scoop up a little bit of this. And I like to just apply a little bit to the back of my hand. Kind of warm up the product on my skin before applying. I'm going to use my favorite e.l.f. airbrush stipple. I don't know, this has been discontinued, but I'm still going to use it. I'm going to dip into the bronzer. They have a great shade range too, so I'm going to start applying this along the perimeter of my face, my forehead, my cheeks, and start giving myself that warm summer glow. Oh, you see how it just gives a nice warmth, but it's not too much. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the perfect tone of bronzer. And I do like to add a little bit to my nose, but not too much. I'm also taking the e.l.f. Putty blush in Tahiti. It's a really pretty pink shade. And you have to be careful because, again, these are really pigmented blushes. They just came out with shimmer putty blushes, and some of the shades look very similar to my favorite shimmer primer infused shimmer blush from e.l.f., which they sadly discontinued. So I'm really curious to try out the shimmer ones. Just taking a very small amount of this blush because it's very pigmented, and I'm just going to apply this a little bit higher up. Just really like apply my blush a little bit higher up on the cheeks. It makes, I don't know, it just kind of structures the face a little bit better. It's a little bit more flattering, I think. Youthful. And you can take a little on the nose if you want to. Just taking my sponge to kind of melt that into the skin a little bit more. Kind of tone it down just a little bit. I'm going to take the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. This is a really great everyday highlighter. It's very soft. Gives your skin this ethereal glow, but without being too much. I don't like those metallic, insane highlighters. Not anymore. I'm going to take my F19 highlighter brush and just swirl in the pan here. Ooh. So I'm just going to apply this to the tops of my cheekbones, a little bit above the brow. And this is one of those highlighters where you can really pile this on and it still looks fairly natural and glowy. It's not anything that's going to be too intense. I'm going to add a tiny bit to my Cupid's bow, tip of my nose. Alright, so that's pretty much everything for the face. Now let's move on to the eyes. I'm going to keep it very simple today. Two palettes here from the drugstore that I love. The e.l.f. the new Classics palette, one of my favorite everyday eyeshadow palettes ever. And this new one I picked up from Walmart is really fantastic. It's the Smoky palette. So I'm actually going to take this shade Top Notch from this Profusion palette on just a fluffy brush. Apply this to my crease. Just going to blend back and forth, circular motions. And this is the perfect neutral color. I'm just slowly building this up. Again, I don't want this to be super dramatic. Just a nice, everyday, simple eye look. I'm going to take that same color that we put in the crease and I'm going to apply that to the lower lash line and just sweeping it all along. Nothing fancy at all. Just want to have a little bit of color there. This Profusion palette though is really good, you guys. Definitely check out their eyeshadow palettes. I'm really curious to try more from the brand. Again, you can find them at Walmart. They have so many different palettes. They have some great everyday palettes. They have colorful eyeshadow palettes if you're more into that. So for the eyelid, I do want to add some shimmer. I want some sparkle. I want it to glisten in the hot sun. And I absolutely love these Flower Beauty Chrome Crush pressed pigments. I have Topaz here and Quartz, and these are beautiful. I definitely recommend Quartz. It is the most gorgeous champagne color, and this is one of those sort of, it almost makes your eyelid look wet. It just has this confetti of glitter, but it's not too much. Here's what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? You have to admit that is gorgeous. And I'm just going to apply this to my lid, and it's going to give this beautiful glitter glow. Oh, it's so pretty. And it's so pretty when you overlap this over any color eyeshadow. Oh my gosh, look at that. So much better than just this, right? It just adds a little bit of glossy sparkle. It's just so lovely. It really is lovely. I'm also going to take that same product and highlight my inner corner. And this is just going to open up the eye even more. Add a little bit of sparkle there. So that's pretty much it for the eyes. I am going to do some mascara, but first I need to fill in these brows because I completely forgot to. Got kind of caught up in all that sparkle. So I'm using the Colourpop brow pencil. You guys know this is my favorite brow pencil. Super affordable. And I think I'll just use the Colourpop brow gel. This is the Brow Boss gel in clear. Alright, brows are done. So now I'm going to set everything with some long-lasting setting spray. Right now this is my favorite from the drugstore. This really does lock your makeup in. It kind of melts all the powder products on your skin all together, but also this is long wearing. It's going to really help your makeup stay on all day. And this is from Flower Beauty. This is the Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray, and this stuff is amazing. I'm not a big fan of the fragrance, but this stuff is really, really good. So I'm going to go ahead and set everything. There's a nice mister too. So to finish off the eyes, I'm just going to curl my lashes really well and apply some of this Warrior Princess Mascara. This is also from Flower Beauty. I've been really loving this mascara, and I actually wore it just the other day when it was super hot out. I even cried in this mascara, and it held up so well. It's not waterproof, but this actually holds up really well. Alright, so to finish this look off, we need a lip color. Now you could definitely go with like a lip stain or something that's really long wearing. I prefer something that's just easy to throw on and reapply throughout the day. I want something that's moisturizing. If you could get some SPF, that would be great, but I really don't have a lip product that's like that from the drugstore. But I absolutely love these. I don't think these get enough love in the beauty community. And these are the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shines. These are so nice. They're moisturizing. They come in really pretty colors. I really like the shade Happy and Joyful. So I think I'm gonna go with the shade Joyful. It has a little tiny heart-shaped center, so it's infused with moisturizing ingredients. So it's moisturizing. It gives your lips a beautiful glossy shine. Everything I want in a lip color. So I'm going to apply the shade Joyful. Really nice wash of color. It actually has some pretty good pigmentation for what it is. These are just so good. If you have not tried these, ooh, one of my favorite lip products from e.l.f. and just from the drugstore in general. I love these. They're so good. Alright guys, so that completes my favorite go-to everyday makeup look for summer. Very light, very fresh, and very long wearing as well. These products are phenomenal. I will have everything linked down below in the description box. And let me know in the comment section if you like these kind of easy everyday looks. I've definitely been really loving just less makeup, mainly less eye makeup, and just kind of letting my lashes be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you are new here to the channel, please subscribe. I post on Tuesdays and Fridays every week at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and when I'm not here on YouTube, I do post on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. My links are always linked down below, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Stay cool, don't get overheated. I hope you guys are having a good summer so far, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.